All right, good afternoon, everybody. The time right now is 12:13. It is a first warning weather day with heavy rain, some strong gusty winds all moving through. And check out the temperatures right now. I mean, we're looking at readings that you would expect on maybe a day in July when it's raining out. 60s with dew points in the lower 60s as well. Look at that wind. It is picking up. It's out of the south at 20 miles per hour. And we're going to have gusts between 30 and 40 over the next couple of hours. And it is the next couple of hours between now and about 2 or 3 o'clock that conditions will be the worst, and then we'll see improvement the second half of the afternoon. But 64 Springfield, Hartford's at 66. Latest wind gusts in Springfield at 31 miles an hour, 35 down in Hartford, 41 in Providence. But the story right now is this line of heavy rain that is moving through the valley right now. You can see the reds indicating that moderate to heavy rainfall. This is picking up in speed too, so it's going to be intersecting Interstate 91 probably in the next 20 minutes or so. And we're noticing some lightning now, so some thunder and lightning associated with this. Not much. It's really the potential for strong straight line winds, and we can't rule out a spin up along this line, so that's something we'll have to watch closely as well. But we're going to get a lot of rain in a short period of time. Case in point, it's raining like crazy right now out towards Blandford, and Westfield's about to get that heavy rainfall up towards East Hampton, and you make your way into western parts of Franklin County. And in fact, if it were to rain for the hour at this rate, we'd be talking about 2 to 3 inches per hour. Fortunately, this is moving along quickly, but heads up right now in Springfield and points east, this line with winds gusting over 40 or around 40 with that heavy rainfall and some thunder and lightning as well. No flood advisories for Western Mass yet. There is a flood advisory for Litchfield County and parts of New York State. The back edge of this system is approaching Albany right now. The rains are actually lightening up across Berkshire County. So heavy rain and downpours, some embedded thunderstorms as well, now through about 2 or 3 o'clock. So the show is really now across the area. Then conditions will improve pretty quickly. But between now and that time frame, we're talking about winds that could gust 30, 35, which isn't bad. Then you get a gust up to 40 in a few spots. That could be problematic. And if we do get those strong straight line winds, they'll be very isolated, but that's where we could lead to perhaps an isolated wind damage. But one thing we have going for us is that there's an inversion in the atmosphere. So those really strong winds aloft having a hard time making it to the ground. Let's hope that'll hold through for the next couple of hours before that system finally moves on out. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Don Maher. He's outside right now. We've been tracking it together all morning long in Springfield. And Don, still light rain in Springfield, but that heavy stuff is getting ready to move on in.
Yeah, Dan, I was just checking the radar a couple of minutes ago, and you could see that heavier rain that is off to the west, out towards the Westfield area, and that's moving on off to the east and to the northeast. We've got some light rain falling here outside our Liberty Street studio, but we are going to continue to watch that line. You know, it looked like that line was actually weakening for a time, and now we've seen it kind of get its act back together as it's been making its way on off to the east and to the northeast. So we will be watching to see if that line does hold together and we see some of that heavier rain make it here into the Springfield area. But this is a quick moving front. You know, we're talking about this taking place over the next couple of hours and then things beginning to calm down. But in the meantime, we're going to watch for that threat for that heavier rain and those gusty winds. In fact, the winds have certainly picked up here as we've gone through the last 20 or 30 minutes or so. So as we continue to make our way through the early part of the afternoon, yes, we will see some of that heavier rain moving on through. So we will be watching some of those heavier downpours coming through. Some embedded thunder cannot be ruled out as we continue to make our way through the next couple of hours or so. And then things do start to quiet down as we push later into the afternoon. If you have plans this evening, I think we're going to be okay as we will begin to dry things out. But before that happens, you know, some of those heavier downpours, we could pick up another inch or so of rainfall. And of course, the other concern is the potential for some street and some poor drainage flooding as those heavier downpours begin to move on through. But Dan, it's not only the threat for those heavier downpours, there is still that potential that we could see an isolated strong to severe storm as this line moves on through.
No, Don, you're right. In fact, the Storms Prediction Center has all of Western Mass on that 1 to 5 scale. A 1 meaning, yeah, we got to keep an eye on things here. It's a 1 to 5 scale. It's a marginal threat. But as that line comes through, we have to watch out for that. And it actually has now put part of Western Mass in the area that we could have a spin up or a weak tornado. 2%, it's very low, but it's not zero, right? So that would be between now and about 2 or 3 o'clock as well. Wind advisories across eastern parts of the state for that widespread wind. So through 3 o'clock, it's really the heavy rainfall that we're most concerned about. Strong straight line winds as well. A low risk though. Hail is not a problem. And again, tornado not zero, but obviously very low. That's storm system number 1. Energy moves through tomorrow afternoon with more showers and perhaps a few downpours. We'll start the day nice, but then here comes that system in the afternoon with a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. This is tomorrow evening around 4 or 5 o'clock. May actually end as a few wet snow showers in the hills. And then here comes the colder air for the second half of the weekend. Upper 50s tomorrow, upper 40s on Sunday. Not a bad day Sunday. but a little brisk, a little chilly, and then maybe some rain and snow showers in the hills anyway. Sunday night into Monday. Active weather pattern and turning colder. All right, we'll have much more coming up in just a little while from now. Taylor, back over to you.